And welcome into Your Health. You know, we're in a new year. Did you make a New Year's resolution? Did you keep it? Because now we're getting into 2025. And what you need to know is if you're going to be doing something, normally I'm going to exercise more. That can mean you can give your body some injuries that can be pretty catastrophic. Dr. Lee Murphy's here from Hughston Clinic. And
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Murphy, we need to let our viewers know that your body, these bones, this ortho part of your body, needs to stay strengthened. How do we keep it that way?
I really can't say enough about how much we've learned in the last decade or two about the importance of resistance exercise. Weight-bearing exercise, applying weight to your body while you exercise. And I think in the past we've been so focused on the treadmill and cardio and riding the bike, which all those things are good, but the most recent scientific evidence, and I'm not an exercise scientist, but I would tell you I see the downhill effects of not exercising.
Yes.
And I would tell you that especially from an orthopedic standpoint, resistance exercise is the new king on the block. And that means weights in your hand, body weight, moving your body weight builds skeletal muscle and it builds bone mass. And those two things, as you age, are the two things that you really can't replace. And they're always on the downhill slope. So if you can start early and maintain what you got, you're going to be more mobile into old age, you're going to be more functional into old age, and even your metabolism will be improved by the body composition you have. So
And
that's
probably
important.
number one on the list is maintain a healthy weight.
I mean,
that when you stop and think about it, if you've got 30 extra pounds on you,
that's right.
something's got to carry it around.
I mean, it really is a big part of what I spend my time doing in the office is just counseling people about it, because realistically, I can't fix certain aspects when your skeleton and your skeletal system is overloaded, you know, from what you would say is your God-given weight. You know, there's problems that I can't address really surgically by putting cartilage back in, or, you know, it's a mechanical overload, so to speak. Not to mention the metabolic problems that happen when your body is composed of too much fat tissue. There are things that occur that really make you feel badly. They make you more fatigable. And of course, it sort of becomes difficult to exercise, which again, we're back on a cycle of going downhill again.
And then you got to watch out to make sure you're maintaining good calcium, vitamin D, different types of things in your diet, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So vitamin D, many people are deficient in vitamin D, as we learned during COVID. It's pretty easy to supplement. You know, different people need different levels, but realistically, I tell most folks, as long as you have exposure to sunlight, which is important to make vitamin D work, and in taking the vitamin alongside of certain types of fats, so it's digested appropriately. But taking a supplement of vitamin D is almost harmless. It's harmless to almost everyone. You know, obviously you can't replace a good diet, and having adequate amounts of protein intake is also really important. A lot of people snack on crackers and things like that throughout the day, which make you feel full, but really isn't giving you the adequate amount of protein that you need to generate skeletal muscle and maintain it. So maintenance of your healthy bone and skeletal muscle needs to be thought of, I think, at least as important as your heart. You know, when you get older, we focus on blood pressure and heart, but if you can't move around, those things become difficult to fix too. So your mobility and just the resiliency that comes from having an appropriate musculoskeletal system as we age is super important.
And how important is stretching? Not just before you exercise, but after you exercise. And even like you and I are sitting here, and I can be stretching like that, couldn't I?
Right. Stretching is so easy to do. It just seems silly not to try a little bit. And lengthening the muscle, especially before we exercise, is really important to prevent tendon ruptures. It's hard to know how much stretching is right for each person. I think we have different levels of mobility, and some people are very hypermobile and some people are very stiff. But I think it's something we can all do very easily. You can find out a lot about it online and just do your own research about what to do. But simple things like stretching your Achilles against the wall, stretching your back by touching your toes, you know, doing a lot of things on the floor if you're limited in your mobility in a seated position.
That old hamstring.
I mean, it's so easy
You
to
see
do.
athletes, and you see it because you work with athletes.
Of course.
But they're down on the ground, and it's a hamstring.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so easy to spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day doing that, and especially before you go and exercise, I think it's important.
And even if you're sitting down, there's things you can do when you're sitting down also, rather than just staring at that tube for 2 hours.
Sure. I mean, you got to think through ways that you can just even contract the muscles in your core, just extend and flex your legs. I mean, just firing your quadriceps muscles is an exercise just against gravity is hugely important. And we've talked before about the TheraBands, the stretchy bands. That's very easy to do. You can do that while you're brushing your teeth. You can do all kind of exercise, but those little bouts of exercise, 5-10 minutes scattered throughout the day, have been proven to be very impactful for your overall health. And a lot of people think about exercise being this grand gesture. You have to go off to the gym. But even 5 minutes of just a short bout of exercise and mobility, just moving your body, can have massive effects on your brain health and other types of parts of your body as well. So
that's good. Well, we have to realize the fact that we're now at an age where this skeleton has got to take us around, so we have to maintain it.
That's right.
That's the big key, is maintaining. Preventive medicine is one of the best, as you well know.
Yes, sir.
And if you are having problems, Hughston Clinic has 4 locations in our coverage. There are 2 in Montgomery, Wetumpka, and Auburn.
That's right.
And you can call and make an appointment. You do not have to be referred by a doctor. We'll be right back right after this.